Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Joy's Reading Time, and today's my point of view is on cheating. Now I've been asked to talk about this topic, to speak about this topic, and a lot of people ask the question, why do people cheat? Now I'm not going to tell you I have the answers to this. First, I'm going to say a disclaimer, I do not advocate cheating. I'm just speaking from a counselling perspective and also from a personal perspective because I've been cheated on a few times as well. So I'm just looking at this in a, with an open point of view, really. Now, a lot of people do things because there's an opportunity to do it. A lot of people are opportunists. You may have women who say, oh, I'm better than that woman, this of mine is better than that woman, that's why the man comes to me, and that's why. That's a lie. Stop that stupidness. That's a lie. you know People just do things because the opportunity to do it, and they can do it, and also because they want to do it. Some people could do because they're lonely. Now, men and women both cheat, so I'm not going to just speak on, oh, men are cheats and women ain't. Women cheat too. So it's from both perspectives. So some people, they they get married, and they at first they're okay. Some people say cheat before they marry, but they may get bored. Now, I'm not saying that in the household the woman may not be doing everything she wants to do, to please their man. But you know what relationships are like. Relationships can come, you know, mundane. You end up doing what you need to do, work, clean the house, cook the food, look after dinner, and the routine can become boring to some people, and they want a bit of excitement. That can be, one of the reasons. Some people, they say, well, look, I sleep with my partner every night, sleep with my man every night, I do everything he wants me to do, so forth. I think, I feel we have this really great, relationship, sexual relationship, and he still cheats. But imagine this. I'm not saying this is how it is, but just imagine this. You know, you've got, your man loves sweets. Your woman loves sweets, and they've got a certain variety of sweets in the household. But they might get bored of those sweets and want to sample some other sweets. And the truth is, there's a lot of opportunities out there. Sometimes people change in the relationship. It might be married for a long time or all together, and one partner decides to turn Christian, or the other person says, look, I've partied all the time, I don't want to party no more. Now I'm going to tell you this. You cannot have your partner going out all the time without you. There's too much sweets out there. Too much. If you're going to be in the house and say you can go out, fine. Yeah, your partner, he, she go out all the time. But if your partner goes out all the time without you, something's going to tickle their fancy out there. And they've got the opportunity to do what they want to do. Now, at first, it could be no, especially if it's a woman and their man. Because you've got some men who don't really want to party, and the woman goes out all the time, and a guy might speak to her and she says no. But after a while, she might say, yeah, have a dance, he chats some sweet words in her ears, and then you think, oh, going out for a drink is not so bad, and things lead to another thing. So that's one of the things I would say. If you've got a partner, I'm not saying you have to do everything with your partner, but sometimes, people change. People, grow in different directions. And when you grow in different directions, that can lead to a partner just feeling that, they want to have fun and they feel they can't have fun with their partner. So that is a reason why they do it. Now, I feel that at the end of the day, a lot of men do it, as I said before, because there is an opportunity to do it. The thing about what I never understood was this, and I'm sorry, I have to go here. I really do. You may have a man, because I've experienced this, so I'm just going to speak on this. You may have a man that cheats on their woman all the time, and One day the woman says, you know, I've had enough. I don't care anymore. I don't even like you anymore. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gone. Then I never understood this. Why the man now, all of a sudden, he goes into a depression. I mean, he's got all the women to see out there. He can do all what he wants, and he doesn't want it. He wants that same woman back. And then so I look at this and say, is it because there's a fun element to cheating? Is there a deceptiveness? Is it that the man likes to be deceitful? He likes to have that fun where he's doing something and the woman doesn't know what he's doing and he can be deceitful, and that is fun. And now the woman's found out and she left him. It's not fun no more. I never got that. That makes no sense. And the truth is, when you do forgive them and you take them back, they just do it again because it's a part of who they are. So I feel that if you're in a relationship and your partner's cheating, it's good to have that conversation. What is going on? How can we enhance our relationship? How we can make our relationship better? You know, what do you think, you know, we should do differently? It's a good conversation. Now, if your partner doesn't want to have that conversation with you, it could be because they just want to continue to do what they want to do, and there's really nothing wrong in their home. It's just really them being that selfish person that they are, that they have got the opportunity to do what they want to do. Now, when you think about cheating, I mean, this cheating thing, people might say, oh, you're not supposed to cheat, it's so wrong, it's this and that. Get real. My thing is get real. If you go right back to even in the Bible, there was cheating. I mean, if you know the story about King David, where he got the soldier killed because he wanted the man's wife, although he had so much wives himself. And King Solomon had so much wives. People as have been cheating or wanting more than one partner for a long time. So this always led me to this question. Is there some, you know, are we trying to be something we're not? I mean, this one-on-one person, is it the right way? Because I mean, even if you go back to the Bible now, who had the wives? The men. Women now are saying, you know, I want to do what I want. But who had the wives? The men. You go into the Muslim religion, the men can take on more wives as long as they can afford to. Some of them broke like what and want to. I don't know why. But the real thing is, if you've got the money to can do it, that's really what it is. And so it's always like a man can have more women. It could be for the reasons of, you know, having more children, so forth, whatever the reason. But this is a story that goes back for years and generations. I remember, you know, old people, when their relationships weren't working out, they wouldn't, like, you know, one of the persons leave the home. You know, they would live in separate rooms. This was, I don't know if it was for the fact of being ashamed of their relationship not working, and just wanted this image like things were all together. Now people just think, go about your business, you know, I don't care. But it always came to me, is, do you, with more than one person, is there something else you get from that other person? Because the question is asked, can you love two people? I know this is a different topic, but I'm just going to touch on it. I think it's not about someone loving two people at the same time. I think it's about what someone gets from one person that they don't get from another. I think as women, we do think in an emotional way. Men don't think this way. So it's about what you can get from the other person that you might not get from home. The thing about with women with cheating, we are emotional beings. So for us, we more probably would cheat if we're unhappy. And then you're going to end up having feelings for the other person. Whereas a man, he might have feelings for that other person, or he might not. But some men, you know, they may never going to leave the person at home. They just want to have the fun outside. Now, this is something that I have to say that really bothers me with some women. You meet a guy and you know he's got his woman at home, but you don't mind. You decide to have that relationship and fun with him. which that's your decision. Now, as soon as what, as we say in our culture, what sweet you, sour you, it doesn't work out, you want to go picking up the phone, calling the woman at home, oh, guess what? Your man is a cheat. Now, why would you do that? My thing is, you should have rang her when he approached you. You should have said to her, your man is not being faithful to you. He's being trying to be a cheat. I will not accept it. And I'm letting you know about this man you have. But you don't. You want to have this fun with him. And then when it doesn't work out and he stays with his woman at home because he weren't going to leave her in the first place, you're all upset. And you want to phone this woman. Why? Don't phone her. You have no right to ring her. Because you did not advise her in the beginning. Do not advise her in the end. Hold the pain. Hold the hurt. That's how I see it. And the reason why you're ringing her, because you want to cause trouble. You want to break up the relationship in the house because you think you'll get the man back. But you won't, because he would just dislike you. I just think is that if you're going to participate with a man who's married or living with a woman and have a relationship with him, just know that there's a big risk that it's not going to work out, that he's not going to leave the woman, that he hasn't came to you because something's wrong with his woman private parts or something and your one is better. He's just an opportunist and he's just having fun. And that's all it is. I'm not saying some people aren't happy and they might not leave their partner, but this is something that you need to take in consideration if you want to be someone who's just there to have fun with, then just know that's all it is. Now, there is consequences to cheating, and this is something that people don't really think of. And lots of people do not want to face the consequences, like I said earlier. You may leave the person and then they end up depressed. Now, that is a consequence. The person might leave you. You may lose your family. You may lose your home. On the other side of it, woman, you might get pregnant. So these are the things you've got to consider, because a lot of times there's always a reaction to an action. And so there's consequences. And you have to consider the consequences that can come, especially if you don't protect yourself and you've got a partner at home. There are a lot of STIs out there and HIV and things. You're not protecting yourself. You bring back things to your partner. There's things to consider during the whole cheating process, because there are consequences to these actions. And these are the things you consider. So my advice would be, as a counsellor, speak to your partner, because sometimes you might have to vamp up the sexual parts of your relationship, and do other things to can make it happy. But sometimes, as I said, some people just do it not because there's anything wrong at home. It's just there's an opportunity. It's just how they are. They like the fact that they can be deceitful. It's fun to them, and they just do it. So there's no really wrong or right answer to cheating. All I say is that they've been doing it for centuries, and there's a lot of reasons or no reason why people do it. There's no really answer to it. But I do always question that, are we told to be this way, but no one's happy? Everyone says, no, just one partner. But who does it? A lot does not. A lot of people are not happy, male and female, with just their partner. After a while, they get fed up, they get bored. So, and then the next thing I always say, no one owns anyone. I mean, unless someone put a ring on your finger and said marriage or what have you. But really, that person has to make that decision, that conscious decision that they just want you. That's an individual conscious decision. Nobody owns no one. So unless that person makes that conscious decision that they only want just you alone, they will see who they want to see, because it's just how they are. We don't own anyone. So this is something also to take into consideration when looking at cheating. I think the best thing you get in a relationship, talk about your needs and what you want. If you're not happy, I would suggest speaking about it. See how you can go away for a weekend or do things to make your relationship better. But know that if you go down the road of cheating, you will have to face the consequences, whether you want to or not. And if you really love your partner and don't want to lose your home and family, then consider that. Also, if you are, I say protect yourself, because just before I go, in France, they recognize that people cheat. And what they say is just don't hurt me. So what they mean by that is don't bring me back no STIs. Don't let me find out by a woman ringing your phone. Don't let me see it, or don't let me find out about the man ringing your phone. Just have that respect for our relationship. Just don't let me find out. And for those of you who sometimes see things and think, should I tell that woman, his partner, that person's cheating? My advice is mind your business. Because sometimes the person in the house already knows and they've decided to turn a blind eye. They don't need you telling them anything. Don't think for a minute that they might not know their self. So, I've been saying that. Thank you for listening to me. Comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Let me know your thoughts on cheating, what you think, and also any topic that you feel you would like me to discuss. Until then, take care